things really haven't gotten better for the country per se since then. I feel like it's been kind of a downhill spiral for the nation. Like it's like on a self-destruct mode. Are you on the same page as me on that?
Oh yeah. I mean, it started going downhill before that, but especially culturally, society is just becoming more godless and more immoral as time goes, and it's going to continue getting worse.
Yeah, no, I know that. And then I just want to talk about this. So like, you and I have been censored so much. I mean, like every video I see on YouTube, it's like, dude, I didn't even know you still make content. I didn't know you're still on here. You were actually even suspended from Twitter. So before we even talk about the files, why were you suspended recently? I saw that you were taken off.
Because I called Elton John gay. I kid you not. I said, he said something and I said, you're gay. So ... And that's what got me banned. And I've never been banned on Twitter in my life. I'm back on now though, but like I said before, I've seen more people get censored on Twitter now than ever before.
Yeah, me too. You happen to not be a firm believer in putting your faith and trust in the Lord and Savior, Elon Musk. Yeah, you happen to be a little bit against that. Why are you so against Elon?
Because I have to judge people by their fruits. And what I've noticed about people left and right, they justify everything people they like say. And they always seem to have the same justification. Don't take what he said on face value. He meant some secret thing that he meant, and it's not what he said. It's 5D chess. Like Elon Musk brags about hate speech being down on Twitter every week, at least once. He told you he was going to shadow ban you. He literally, I think he sort of admitted this was a stupid idea, but he was going to be the first social media site I've ever seen since I've been alive to ban you from posting links to other social media sites. I've literally never seen that in my life. And I saw conservatives justifying that. Listen, he is a atheist or at best agnostic, transhumanist, admitted socialist, raising his children gender neutral. This is the man that conservatives are parading around as if he's some type of savior. Now, I'm not saying everything he's doing is bad. I heard that he banned a lot of CP accounts. I've never seen CP on Twitter, probably because I'm not a weirdo, so I don't look for it. But I heard he banned those accounts, and obviously that's a good thing. Bringing people back is obviously a good thing, but I feel like he's banned. Matter of fact, I think stats will show that he's banned more people than he's brought back.
Well, I mean, and I agree with that a lot because, like, as we see in the Twitter files, he is exposing corruption. But dude, like, I will firsthand admit, one of the main things the right wing has screwed up on, and that I'm a firm believer on, is that like we've let our entire movement be co-opted by homosexuals and women and liberals
too.
Right? Liberals. I mean, and you see like some of these main conferences that are going on. The speakers are atheists. They're liberals. They're neoliberals, and there's this precedence given to people. And then you also notice it doesn't have to be the full combination of this, but straight white Christian males or a combination with some of those targets. If you start espousing any of those values for straightness, whiteness, Christian or male values, you're actually demonized, and they'll take anybody else, no matter what they are. They'll hold you to a standard too, and they'll blast you and they'll make you look a certain way, and they'll try to discredit you or whatever they can do. Meanwhile, they literally elevate these other people who are subverting the entire movement.
I think that's a part of the agenda. Perfect example is I literally heard a few people over the weekend saying that we need to push, this movement to more liberal. Matter of fact, they complained that some events were too conservative. And in my mind, I'm like, I think I've only seen like 2 real conservatives speak anyway. And they were behind the scenes talking about making it more liberal. This is literally an agenda that I don't want no parts of. I don't want to be a part of it at all, to be exact. What I will admit this, real conservatives lost the battle on conservatism. We lost. It has been co-opted by liberals, homosexuals, and feminists. I don't want to call out names on the show because, I'm just chill. But people like me, right? I'm like at TPUSA event over this weekend. I'm not saying this to brag or anything. I'm just saying it to make a larger point. It was, I don't know how many ambassadors there. there isn't any ambassadors that had to take more pictures than me. And I'm the black sheep, right? Oh, right. How did Bryson get in here? Bryson shouldn't be in here. He's homophobic. All the people that they prop up, none of them are as popular. The people just don't rock with them. This is the truth. Anybody that was there at the event, they saw I didn't have no booth. I had lots of people taking pictures with me, just random on spot. Because people actually resonate with the things that I say. All these other people that get propped up by the establishment, nobody cares about them. Like nobody. The only person outside of the speakers that has taken more pictures than me is somebody like Kyle Rittenhouse. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously it's Kyle Rittenhouse. But it just shows you that the people are resonating with the real, genuine human beings. We're just not the ones with the backing, the ones getting propped up. And I think there's an issue, and I think that says a lot when people like Tomi Lahren can speak anywhere, and she's like a clear-cut liberal. I don't think she's anything but people like me get called too right-wing and too controversial.
Well, yeah, and I find it to be very interesting too, like, because I know you're really outspoken against homosexuals, but you're not even outspoken, and this is what I find is so weird. You're actually not outspoken against homosexuals existing. And someone would say you are, you'll probably say you are, but what I meant is you actually start with the most light version of this. You said, hey, in a space that's supposed to be conservative, why is it that we pretend to care about every other moral, will lambast anyone for sinning or making any mistake or doing anything, or like, you took a picture with the wrong person is what I'm saying. Like, you take a picture with the wrong person in the right wing. Oh, you're a bad guy. You're a bad girl. You gotta exit the movement. But you can be an actual homosexual, and not only will you get praised, but you'll get defended, and anyone who attacks you, they'll cancel. And so I'm not here to come out to attack anyone by name or anything specifically. I just find it funny that you point out a lot of the hypocrisy. It's like you're not even necessarily coming against anyone. You're saying, guys, you're full of crap, and this is complete BS. And in the end, the people still support you, which shows that the people aren't falling for this. The people are not. Again, the deception, the deep state, the power hold, the foreign money that's invested in these groups, it's not working because the people see through it, and you can see that by their support for you. I mean, what does that mean for the future of the movement? What does that mean for the people?
All right, think about it like this, bro. You can take a picture with a literal transgender with a MAGA hat on, and you will get praise in this movement. You take a picture with Nick Fuentes, the opposite reaction happens. So that says a lot about where this movement is. Like I said, I mean, the future of this movement, you're looking at it. We conservatives, real conservatives, as Christians, we've lost the battle in conservatism. The LGBT people, they came, they saw, they conquered. Now, with that being said, when I say they conquered the movement, I mean they conquered the establishment. So they're going to be the ones with the backers. They're going to be the ones with the investors. They're going to be the ones able to put on these huge events. But they don't have the people. And I feel like that was on full display at the event I was at over this weekend. Like, nobody cares about these people. And I'm not saying that to be a douchebag. I'm being serious. I'm sitting there, I'm watching, and like nobody cares. They don't. People like real people, if you like it or not. Those are the people that people truly resonate with. Not saying nobody. You can get propped up and get some fans. You can get 2 million followers on Instagram. But what happens when you go into the streets? You know what I'm saying? And that shows you the truth. So I mean, it's bittersweet. The bitterness of it is I feel like this thing as a movement is over, as a political movement is over. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump announced Richard Grenell as his VP, and Richard Grenell said being gay makes him a better Christian. I wouldn't be surprised by that. But for the people, I feel like it's a perfect opportunity to really get more conservative.
Yeah, but you know what I think is weird though, Bryson, is like you and I have known each other for a long time. It's been a lot of years that we've been involved in this. And you know me personally, like I went from like being a centrist to a bit, I've never been neoliberal in the fact of, because I always had a conservative mind, but a liberal personality, just because I was born and raised in Fagtopia, down in LA. But I also I also understand that there is a commitment that I've even committed myself to trying to at least acknowledge the truth, even if I have a hard time following it. Like, and I still don't consider myself to be conservative, and I try to be honest with people about that up front. And I think that's something that we've lost. I tell people, hey, I'm not conservative, I'm not liberal, but I'm not conservative because I haven't fully understood how that lifestyle and how the people that are conservative are doing anything to actually back up that what they're saying works. And I mean that genuinely, because the conservatives, you have transsexual conservatives and gay conservatives and all these people, which is just funny to me. It's like, just admit the fact of what you are. Just say you're liberal. Say you are what you are. Now, in fact, there's no judgment on honesty. There's no judgment on just being real on the fact of who you are. But you will find this. And I came to this conclusion with Kez the other day, my wife, if you're new to the show, was that anybody on the right wing who tries to fight for conservative Christian values, and I consider myself to be someone who fights for these things because I'm a scientist, and even if sometimes you don't, like, you know, maybe you're not going to jump off the cliff, you're still going to warn someone about gravity and the fact that if you do, you're going to die. And so I know conservative values are true and they're the right way. If you try to fight for right-wing Christian conservative values, male values, there becomes a coordinated conservative effort, not just on the left wing, but on the right wing, to discredit, to dismantle, to sabotage, to slander. It's crazy, to the point that anybody you see, even any politician that's actually fighting for these, if you Google them, if you search them up, it's just slander and attacks and discrediting. And you can't even find a good piece of information on Fox about these people. You can't find anything good on Twitter. You can't find anything good on a search engine, on social media. It's like almost maybe the devil's behind trying to silence the voices that are actually out there. There's a part of your life that may actually end up causing more of a wreck in your home than anything. And yes, I'm talking about your dog's guts. We all know that dogs have sensitive guts, and sometimes they're diarrheaing, they're feeling lethargic, and we feed them food. It's really hard to know what to give them. Some food's more expensive than others. But what if I told you in mostly every food there is a specific ingredient that is toxic, that is poisonous, and maybe the number one cause of why your dog is not only possibly ending his life early, but feels so lethargic? Yeah, I'm talking about meat meal. This is a mystery meat product. One of the number one ingredients in most food. It's made of spoiled foods and meat packaging. It's disgusting. So if you love your dog, or if you know someone who does, you need to get the link in the description right now, because Dr. Marty has figured out an exact way to create food and to expose this ingredient that actually works for you. Now, if you want to find food that does not contain this ingredient, and you want to order food that will make your dog happy, healthy, and love you, because you love them. They're so good to us. We really do love our little best friend. Make sure you grab the link. And this Christmas, make sure you get some for your family. Let your family members know, please, right now. Go to dogfoodexposed.com/offensive. Click the link in the description, dogfoodexposed.com/offensive. Dogfoodexposed.com/offensive. Right now to find out what this ingredient is, if it's in your food, and how to find the food that will actually work for your dog and for the dogs around you. Get the link in the description.